The Shanghai massacres and the extermination campaigns. KMT was divided because of Wang and Chiang's opposing views. Chiang began the purification movement to remove all communists from the KMT. The CCP closed and martial law was declared to stop the violence, but it didn't stop. Between 5,000 and 50,000 people were killed, and 12,000 communists were killed or they disappeared. The communists tried fighting back, but they couldn't, and Chiang became the political and military leader of China. Then Russia withdrew support from the KMT, and the CCP still existed, and Mao Zedong was emerging as a leader. The Long March, 1934 and 1935. Mao gained reputation in the CCP and helped create the Red Army. Mao was against the KMT and began arresting and killing KMT supporters. Uh, Chiang surrounded the CCP headquarters to let them to let them starve. I was against launching an invasion, so they began retreating by escaping to reach Yenin. They lost half their army in a fight but they continued marching. Mao regained control and changed their tactics to better survive. Between 10 and 20,000 survivors reached Yenin, and this enabled communism to survive. The Xi'an incident of 1936. Japan created the Mukden Incident as an excuse to invade Manchuria. They created the puppet state of Manchukuo after fully taking over Manchuria. China appealed to the League of Nations, but Japan didn't comply. And China adopted non-resistance to Japan because the KMT and China were too weak to fight back. Um, and they didn't have full control of China either. Some members of the KMT disagreed with Chiang because of the lack of confrontation with Japan. Chiang wanted to continue fighting against communists, and on December 4th, 1936, Zhang and Ying arrested Chiang during the Xi'an incident to end the fighting with the communists. Members of the KMT and supporters of Zhang and Yang were divided on what to do. The CCP played an important role in the Xi'an incident, and the USSR wanted to keep Chiang alive so China can stay as a legit country to others. On 24 December, Chiang agreed to stop his campaign against communists and created the Second United Front, attempts of modernization and reform. The KMT established the nationalist government of the Republic of China with Chiang ahead. Sun's, Sun's three stages of revolution were seen as the unification through military action, a transitional period to educate, and the establishment of a constitutional democracy. Between 1925 and 1937 was known as the Nanking Decade. This time, this time helped establish the foundations of a modern China. They wanted to reform the economy, industrialize, and invest. They improved communication, transportation. They improved public health. They modernized the legal and penal system. They improved agricultural output. They improved education and social reforms such as working hours and women's rights. The KMT only had limited control and due to the warlords, but Chiang sent a 600,000 army to the Central Plains War, and the KMT defeated the warlords. They continued the campaign against the CCP, which wasted more time and money. Education was still limited for the people in China, and government and the government didn't implement Western taxes, which denied them from making more money. Japanese government took land and resources. The Great Depression also denied foreign loans and domestic international markets. These are the successes and failures.